Howdy, bum-ba-da-dum. Welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. This is your online home for learning how to play the banjo, the mandolin, or the guitar. I know this week I'm out of my normal setting. I'm actually down in Texas. We had a very sad event this last week. My father passed away from over a year, or close to a year, long battle with cancer. But you know what? The sad part's over. His suffering's done. He was a disciple of Jesus Christ, and I know with all security where he's at, and that I'll see him again someday. So thank you all. I want to say a special thank you for those of you who support the site, allow me to take care of my family, travel down to Texas and see him, and just for your patience and your support, your incredible emails. My dad's favorite song off of our gospel record was one called No Power in the Water. It's one that my sisters wrote. And so I've had lots of requests on teaching the mandolin solo from that. This week's Mandolin Week, and I thought I'd just honor my dad in that, I'd teach you how to play this song. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, here in a little while I'll ask you to go over to my website, BanjoBenClark.com, where you can watch this full video as well as hundreds of others every week. I'm dedicated to putting out a new lesson like this, teaching you how to play banjo, guitar, and mandolin. There you can download the tabs in PDF or TEF file format. Let's look at this solo for There's No Power in the Water. Today I'm going to teach you a mandolin solo that is from probably the most requested song off of my band's gospel project. The song is called There's No Power in the Water. It was an original song written by my sisters Penny and Katie, along with another one of our songwriting buddies named Jeff Hyde. And the reason why I wanted to teach this is not only do I get lots of requests for how to play this particular solo, it's pretty spicy, but also it teaches a lot of good things. We got tons of slides, some hammer-ons, some good triplets, getting up the neck, and what tops it off is it's in the key of B flat. And a lot of people, a lot of mandolin players are kind of scared of B flat, and they don't really know what to do. So we're going to, even if you don't want to learn this particular solo, you'll learn some good B flat licks, okay? If you haven't heard the song, I invite you to go to iTunes, just search for The Purple Hulls, and There's No Power in the Water, and it'll pop up and you can buy it there, please, or you can just preview it and listen to it. But this solo is going to stick closely with the melody. So if you don't know what the melody is, some of this might not, I guess, really hit home with some of you, even though you can still get some great licks off of it. Starting there in measure 1, we're going with a little kickoff measure, and what happens in the melody of the chorus, which is what we're soloing over, the melody sounds like this. There's no power. Okay, so we've got a little pickup. There's no power. Okay, and so rather than just playing a simple there's no power, I thought that I would spice it up right here at the very beginning. And what we're going to do is use and employ some 16th note slides. And whether you want to play this solo or not, this is just a good thing to learn. I remember the first notes that I wanted to play were this. So that's kind of my improvisational version of There's No Power, just to kind of kick it off. But I wanted to spice it up just a little bit more. So what I've done is each time I've played that D note, that 5th fret on the A string, I just slid into it really quick from the 4th fret. And that's those 16th note slides that you see there. So without the slides, measure 1 would sound like this. With the slides, it sounds like this. You hear that little bit of a difference, and you do those really fast, and it gives it a great little just spark to the notes that we're playing. And I do that with my ring finger. Another thing that I'll say really quickly about this particular solo is this song kind of swings. This is about the tempo that it goes. Okay, so I'm kind of swinging it as I play it. Now in the melody, measure 2, the way that the melody goes is there's no power, and that's all for the melody. So it's just 2 simple notes. Power, right there on that B flat. Now that would be really boring if we're playing a mandolin solo to just say power. So what I've done is I've found another note that's in the B flat chord, and we're going to just kind of do some cross picking back and forth with the melody note. And that note that I found is on the 3rd fret of the D string, which is an F note. And so as you can see, I'm going to play in measure 2, start off with the quarter note on the 1st fret of the A string, that's that B flat note, and then we're going to start alternating back and forth. And so what that does is that keeps that melody note out front. There's no power, but it also gives it a little bit of fullness to go back and forth. And then the melody next goes, in the water. So what I wanted to kind of do was echo back at that kickoff and then go to our next melody notes. And that's what we do in measure 3. We start with a downstroke on the 3rd fret of the D string, then we slide from that 4th fret to 5th fret on the A string, just an 8th note slide, go up to the E string, and then at the end of measure 3 you see that little quick slide again. Okay, so measure 3 slowed down sounds like this. Then we're getting ready for a chord change going into measure 4. But before we do that, let's just play it slowly, measures 1 through 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we're going to get into the F chord, and then as we move into the E flat chord, we're going to do some cool triplets and talk about some of those notes that would normally be illegal to play in B flat work whenever you're going over them somewhat fast.